Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Where are you from?
I'm from Texas.
Okay, it's all Americans.
Is
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah.
I'm not probably as knowledgeable about the UK as I should be to be in this conversation, but I want to
We're
know.
talking more about the U.S. anyway. Just
Okay.
ask whatever you want.
I just want to know, I guess, what you mean by that. Multiculturalism has failed.
We're talking about the various cultures that have come over to the West in general
Okay.
that are completely antithetical to our values, such as a lot of Islamic cultures that are
Right.
promoting things that are just completely against everything we stand for in the West. We're not in favor of child marriage. We're not in favor of rape is almost permissible in certain portions of the Quran. I mean,
Yeah.
we're not into that. So that's why I say multiculturalism has failed.
Okay. I don't know. But are you saying that like that we can't live, like we can't coexist peacefully with like other
With
cultures,
people who
though?
believe that it's okay to marry a 6-year-old, no.
Well, not, if they're abiding by like our laws though here.
If they're abiding by the laws, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
but look at what multiculturalism has brought the UK in particular. The grooming gang problem, that's almost exclusively from people that have nothing to do with the UK. And I mean, I don't know how familiar you are with that.
I'm not familiar.
Watch some of the documentaries on the grooming gangs. You'll see these immigrant grooming gangs from
Okay.
the Pakistani places and many other places. That's not okay. And in their countries,
Right.
it's okay. And that's the
Right.
problem, is that in their countries, it's totally fine. They come here, they don't even realize that in our countries, that's just not how we do things. So that's why I say it's failed. There's ways to coexist. If they want to assimilate, if people want to get along and actually go along with the laws in the country they're in, then it's all good. But if they don't, no.
Okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm not in favor of. I don't know that most Muslims are in favor of that either, though. Like
I
child
don't know that it's
marriage.
most. I don't know that it's most,
Okay.
but there is definitely a fundamentalist group within Europe that's being imported
Right,
by
like
the
extremists.
millions. By the millions. The extremists. So I was in Turkey not long ago, and I was talking to one of the people there, and they were doing the call to prayer all around in Turkey. And I said, nobody stops. They're like, yeah, nobody really cares here. I said, oh, they seem to really care in Europe. He goes,
They
yeah,
were-
that's
they-
because they're there to evangelize.
They were doing what? And
They were
nobody
doing their
stopped?
call to prayer when they do Allahu Akbar through the streets, and nobody stopped and got down and prayed. And I was surprised because I thought they would. In Turkey, it's an Islamic country.
Right.
They were like, oh no, we're a secular place. We don't really do all that. I said, oh, the ones in the UK and in Europe really love that. And they go, oh yeah, they're the ones that go to evangelize. They want to spread Islam.
Okay.
So they believe some crazy things that we don't believe.
Are you a Christian?
I'm
yourself?
Catholic, yeah.
You're Catholic.
Yeah.
Okay. I was raised Catholic as well. I'm still Christian. I just don't know I'm Catholic.
Okay.
But I know in the Bible it talks about like evangelism is a big thing
Yeah.
that we're supposed to do,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So why is it
But
bad?
they evangelize by the sword. Have you ever heard of jihad?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not okay.
Jihad, like lesser jihad or greater
Jihad, the holy war that they waged to convert
That's
the infidels.
that's the lesser jihad. Jihad, like the original meaning, means it's more about like an inner struggle to become holy. It's more
Right, but we're talking
internal.
about how it's actually perceived these days and what's actually
Yeah.
going on. I
And
mean,
that's-
these terror attacks that go on in Europe,
Right.
these mass stabbings, these acid attacks, it's kind of one culture is doing that. It's not really a both sides issue.
I don't know. I mean, you can't like terrorists are obviously awful. You know, we all believe that, but you can't generalize a whole like billion people. off
So
of a
you
very
don't have to
small-
generalize a billion people, but
Right.
if you have 100 cars in your garage and one of them has a bomb that's going to go off when you turn the ignition
Okay.
on, maybe you just don't open any of the cars.
Okay.
So you don't need it here.
I mean, the majority of like
You don't need it here.
Uh huh.
You don't need
don't
to
need
import it. So don't. Take care of your people. Don't import things that could be threats.
Import like the people.
Yeah, don't import people that come from backgrounds that could threaten your cohesiveness as a society. I say that for America, for the UK, for all of Europe. Existed really peacefully for a really long time. The
Yeah.
societies were really in a good harmony. The last 13, 14 years since they've decided to import cultures that were completely antithetical to everything that we stood for in the West, we've seen chaos. And it's just not necessary.
I don't know that I would say that all societies were like coexisting
We were
peacefully
relatively
before.
peacefully. I mean, the crime.
World War One, World War Two.
Yes, I understand that. That's a whole nother topic. I'm
Okay.
talking about people are literally getting raped. Have you seen the rape statistics 20 years ago for the UK and 20
not.
years later? It's gone up substantially, like magnitudes. All over the Western nations, except Poland. Why
Poland.
not Poland? Because
I don't
Poland didn't take any of the migrants.
See, okay, but if I'm like, say I'm from a Muslim, say I'm a Muslim.
Yeah.
I'm from an Islamic country.
Yes.
And I'm searching for a better life because a lot of those countries don't have.
Not our problem.
Yeah, but it's my problem. As a, if hypothetically, it's my problem. And
Yeah,
I want a better life.
yeah.
So why would I not go to some place with a better life? Like I get that. So are
But
you
why?
saying-
Why is it the responsibility of another country to provide you a better life when we have our own citizens that are in poverty?
It's not the responsibility, but like when I go there and I work and I add to the economy, it's not like they're not giving me a better life. I'm taking a better life for myself with this opportunity that I have, right? So it's like a give and take. I give to the economy, I help out, I maybe start a business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I get to live there.
You do. And what I'm saying is that we've seen how that's worked out on a
Right.
large scale for the past 15 years. It's not going so well.
Okay.
It's not really harmonious. It's not, maybe 90% is going great, but that 10% is catastrophic. People's lives are being ruined. People are getting raped. People are dying. I just would rather not take the risk.
So what's your solution?
Stop importing cultures that hate us.
Stop accepting migrants?
Stop accepting migrants from countries that absolutely hate us. Yeah.
But the people don't. Like the people individually don't hate you. It's,
Yes, but as a collective, like I told you
Do you
before.
see how that's unfair though? Like if you were from that country,
Yeah,
That's-
but it's unfair. Okay, fine. Life is unfair a lot of the times. Just because you come from a place that's not economically developed, why is it Europe's responsibility to give you a better life? Why is it America's responsibility to say, you come from a poor country, woe is you, come on in. Great. 99 of them are great. One is a terrorist.
Right.
How many terrorists come in? 1 out of 99 maybe, or maybe even less.
Right.
But one can do a hell of a lot of damage.
that's true. I don't know. I
just don't think the risk is worth it.
I think as like it's not a responsibility, but as people, I think we have a responsibility to help those that are less fortunate than us. Wouldn't you say?
As people, individually, sure.
So on a wider scale, why would this not apply?
Because it's a
to-
poor policy. It's just a poor policy in practice. Compassion is not a government thing.
Why not?
Government has to protect people.
Right.
Government, first and foremost, has to protect the citizens of the country
Okay.
where they are, right? So the British government should protect primarily the British. The Americans should
Yeah,
protect
I mean, sure,
primarily
yeah.
the Americans. If there's a culture of people that come in, and over the past 10 years that they've come in, they've proven that they have no desire to integrate, and they literally are killing people and raping people,
Right.
as somebody who wants to protect my people,
Yeah.
I'd rather just not take the risk. I
See-
understand compassion. Compassion is great. But I want to be compassionate to the people of my country first.
Which
It's-
those people now are.
No,
They've-
they're not. No, they're not.
They've
No, they're
come in,
not.
they've gotten a citizenship, right? They've maybe gotten a business. I feel like those are citizens now. Those are,
They're citizens if
English
they're a
people.
passport holder of the country. I mean, the
Right.
citizenship has a valid definition or it
Yeah.
doesn't. Yeah, but the people of the country need to come first. And right now, the number one thing that could stop a lot of the problems in Europe is to stop the flow of these refugees because they're coming over. A refugee is somebody fleeing a war. There's not a war in a lot of these countries. They're coming over for purposes of economic migration.
yeah, sure.
Economic migration is not a
Yeah.
valid asylum claim. I'm sorry. Especially
not.
when you got plenty of poverty in the countries going on here.
Right.
I mean, the United States is full of poverty right
That's
now.
true.
Where's the help for them? They're taking in refugees from all over the world, helping them, giving them government programs, government housing, and you've got people dying in the streets from starvation.
They also are entitled to the government programming.
They are. They are. So, but why should you dilute it?
See, I just don't see it as.
I'll take a refugee when every single American is living perfectly above poverty and living happily and living their best possible life. Then we can talk about helping the rest of the world.
Okay. So say we take your idea and make it global, right?
Yeah.
All borders are permanently closed, no more migrations. Like in 100 years from now, the poor is just going to get poorer and the rich is just going to get richer, and there's going to be that, you know what I mean? Like that doesn't. Well, I feel like that's true. I don't think that would help anybody. As humanity, we need to help each other. And I
So
know it's
where
not
does that
Britain's-
concept end? Where does that concept end?
It
At what
ends-
point do you take migrants into your own home to make their life better?
No, not into your. Okay. I
No,
get what
but
you're
this
saying.
is your
I get what
country's
you're
your
saying.
home. Your country's your home.
I understand.
So at a certain point, doesn't it just become like, all right, I got a sofa. Mohammed needs somewhere to stay. Come on, Mo. Come on,
yeah.
come and live with me. No, there is a limit, and I think we've reached that limit.
So the
We've
limit-
reached that limit.
Okay.
And in fact, we might need to start sending some people back.
If they're like illegal,
Number one, if they're illegal. Number two, if they're not compatible with the culture.
how would you define that?
I mean, if they're sitting in jail for pedophilia and rape.
Okay, yeah, criminals.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
and if they refuse to condemn it, I mean, I think it was some like 30% of the UK Muslims are fine with Sharia law. Are you familiar with Sharia law?
I am familiar with Sharia law.
If you're fine with Sharia law, you gotta go. You gotta go. Sharia law, the things that are stated in that doctrine are just absolute insanity, and they're antithetical to everything we believe in the West. Gotta go.
I mean, some of them are outdated for sure. but
Absolutely
as
outdated.
As is the Bible, though.
Bible doesn't have people running around beheading people. Bible doesn't say that you need 5 male Muslim witnesses to prove a rape.
I mean,
They got 55 countries. They can do what they want over there. Do it in your 55 countries. Have fun. Have the time of your life. Not in the West. Not in the
Okay.
West. We got to have the West preserved.
why?
What do you mean, why?
Why do we have to have the rest preserved?
Oh, they can preserve their countries. Why can't I preserve mine?
Well, maybe they should. I mean, do they allow migrants into their countries? I guess I'm not entirely sure.
You know they don't.
Okay.
You know
well,
they
then-
don't.
Then there's an issue. I think.
If I tried to go to Saudi Arabia and practice Christianity,
Yeah.
not going to happen.
Yeah.
Not going to happen. So,
I think that's the larger issue. I don't think
but you're not changing them.
Right.
You're not changing them, and they shouldn't be able to change us.
Yeah, they're not like changing you though. They're just practicing the faith that they already have. Just like in
Which
the
is
UK.
completely antithetical to most of our values.
I don't know. I understand your points about like obviously like if they're committing crimes, if they're raping people, if they're killing people, no one's arguing with that, right? We all agree they should be, you know, they should be gone, they should be in jail or even like kicked out if the crime is, you know, like
Yeah.
really, really bad.
Yeah.
But most of the people, and you've said this too, most of the people are just harmless. They just want a better life.
I
They're
agree.
doing good for the economy.
I agree. Well, they're not necessarily doing good for the economy, but in general,
Okay.
in general, the problem here is you don't know.
You don't know.
You
That's
don't
true.
know. So if you don't know, and you don't need to import them,
Uh-huh.
why? Why? What's
don't-
the point? Just to feel good about yourself. Okay, great. I feel great. Now, when the 6-year-old walking down the street going to school gets raped because somebody like you, who's not going to be affected by it
Right.
as a man walking around, you're going to be
Right.
all right. You want to feel good, so then this person is, it's just not worth it to me. It's just not a trade-off I'm willing to accept.
It's not so much about like feeling good about yourself. Like I don't think the policymakers are just like feeling good about themselves for having this. It's so that everybody. It's so that we're not discriminating against a certain group.
Well, who
of people.
cares about who we're discriminating against? We have to discriminate against people who hate our culture.
But most of them don't, is what I'm saying. You can't discriminate against a whole group of people because that includes all the people that are just trying to live. You know what I mean?
They can live in their countries.
A lot of them can't
Why?
because they're war torn.
Okay, so, we're talking about economic migration or we're talking about war torn? What are we
Well,
talking
okay.
about?
Either I guess I was talking about war torn, but you were right. I guess we were talking about economic before.
You started about better life. If they want
Right.
a better, now we have asylum programs for people that come from war
well,
torn countries.
then my answer to they can't.
Now, if you're talking to me, I would abolish a lot of that too, frankly. But if you want to go with economic migration, that's a non-starter for me. That's a zero. You're not starting there.
Yeah.
You're not starting there. Now, if they want to come from Christian countries and integrate and do a great job and help us and actually be compatible with our culture, sure. The majority of people from these countries that are in war-torn places, a lot of them hate us. A lot of them vehemently hate the West. They're brought up from the start. Gaza.
And I would
Gaza.
argue.
You see Egypt, they have a big freaking wall with Gaza. Why?
Yeah.
Because even they don't want them. So why should we be the fools?
I don't think. I would argue that you're being the fool for hating them the way that they hate us, right? It's the same thing. You were
Is
raised,
me
it
loving them
seems-
going to stop them hating me?
Yes, I think so.
So we can just all hug it out. I can go with my friend
Well,
from
it's-
Hamas and say, hey, my
it's
brother,
obviously
come
not
on,
that
bring it
simple.
in. No, it's not that simple.
But I mean, like,
And I
like-
wish it was. I wish I
Yeah.
could just put on blinders and say, yeah, we're going to be all good. We're going to invite the guy who's been trained from day one, death to America, death to the West. And we're going to hug him and he's going to say, I agree,
You're talking
we're all
about the
good.
extremists, though, the terrorists.
Yeah, but how do you know who's a terrorist and who's not?
But
Until they act, how do you know? So when in doubt, throw it out.
okay, the majority of school shooters in America
Yes.
are white boys, right? Should we, like, how do we know if this white kid is going to shoot up the school or if this one isn't? You know what I mean?
Completely different issue. These
Why
are
is that
people that are born in the United States, that are citizens of our country, that
Okay, that's fair.
have serious mental health issues. A lot of the times the signs are there.
Right.
No, that's a whole different issue.
I
We're
would
stuck with them. They're born in our country. What are you going to do? They're in our country. They're in our nation with mental health issues. You always
Yeah.
have lunatics. But why import more? You already have problems. We're literally talking about problems we have with our own people. Let's solve our problems. Get the problems in America to zero. Then we can talk about importing people. Never going to happen. We're never going to get our problems to zero, so why bring in more? Just make it easier on ourselves. Don't bring in the problems.
I don't know. I don't think I'm going to change your mind.
And I don't know if I'll change yours.
I don't
I
think
hope
so.
But
I
I've
mean,
given you things to look up at least.
You have.
Look
And
up the grooming
you've
gang
argued
stuff.
your point well.
Look up the grooming gang stuff. And your mind is going to say, whoa. You know, you're just going to be shocked at nothing else, what some of these people have
Okay.
done. And then maybe you'll understand why I'm so definitive about what I say.
Yeah.
So, nice talking to
It
you.
was good talking with you.
Nice. What's your name?
Jameson.
Nice to meet you.